Okay, so if I am to summarize this whole situation, I'm in lockdown, I'm a bit shitted off. It is the 15th of July in Melbourne, Australia, and I have just found out we're going into our 5th lockdown for COVID. A little bit of an introduction about me before we get started. My name is Lockie, I'm 20 years old, and I work at a YouTube media company in Melbourne, Australia. And we're doing great with COVID. Melbourne is a lovely city, known for its... What is Melbourne actually known for? Street art, a train station, a shithole of a suburb, excellent wildlife, haven't seen any of that, live music, been locked down since I've lived here, wild dolphins, not in this water. So yeah, you can really tell how much I love this city. A few of my family members sent me messages this afternoon asking how I'm feeling, much love, and I responded truthfully saying I couldn't give a shit less. Done this 4 times now, so getting quite experienced at the lockdown game. Got a friend within a social bubble, which is really nice, and I'm, as I said, well experienced at this point. You might ask, but Lockie, isn't Australia doing really well with COVID? Well, kind of. I really don't know how to answer that question. If you asked me 6 months ago in comparison to like the USA, we had pretty much no cases and they were having, hundreds of thousands, so I would have said yes. But the USA discovered this thing called vaccinations. Ooh. Basically, to summarize, our government has not ordered enough vaccines for Australians. So I think 10% of our population is vaccinated, which is fuck all compared to America, which is, I'll put the number on the screen. And comparing ourselves to America right now is a little bit different than it was 6 months ago, I'll just say that. So you might be wondering what has triggered this most recent lockdown? What's the series of events that have led up to this? Well, I've got a story for you. Once upon a time in the fantastic land of New South Wales, well known for bin chicken and big bridge, there was, something about hotel quarantine. Basically, our quarantine system for people coming into the country is shit, and COVID keeps leaking out of it and infecting people. So our lovely city, Sydney, started getting COVID cases. The Premier of New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian, goes, what's the best way that I can stop this COVID growing? Oh, that's right. I'll just do this fucking bodged lockdown. I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what the restrictions are right now. The general gist that I get of it is that you can still leave the house and go shopping and stuff, but you can't browse, which really makes so much sense. Whereas here in Victoria, when it's a lockdown, like it will be in about half an hour, pretty much every shop that is not needed closes. You've got still pharmacies open, petrol stations, groceries and stuff. You can still leave to exercise, but otherwise you can't leave the house unless you're an essential worker. So apparently there was an IKEA open, which I don't know how you go into an IKEA without browse. I do love IKEA, admittedly. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. But how do you not browse in an IKEA? I don't understand. So I think there was I'll put another setup on the screen, this many people as a close contacts in this IKEA when one of the employees was positive with COVID. So there's a bunch of... Gladys kill hurts my brain. So basically, New South Wales have not learnt anything from Victoria and our lockdown and have just decided to botch their lockdowns, which means their cases have grown and they're at 100 cases a day now, which could have been avoided if you just fucking locked down in the first place. Now, you do have every right to say, and I criticise our government as well in Victoria, well, shouldn't we have learnt from the other countries that were, experiencing the virus before us? And I say yes, Victoria should not have been in a 4-month lockdown or whatever we did. But we did. It happened. So Gladys could be like, hey Dan, could you give us some advice on how to, stop this spread? You seem to be getting pretty good at it now. But no, she's just I can't do it. The thing that really shits me to tears about this whole thing is the fact that my tax, that however many hundreds of dollars I pay per fortnight out of my pay, is going to not vaccinations and not locking places down. I just don't understand it. I'm pissed off, and it shits me to tears that no Australians are willing to talk about politics, because we don't have to put up with this. It's a democracy where the people have the voice, and that's the whole point of democracy. Australians are so scared of talking about politics because it's taboo. Fucking have a conversation. Who gives a fuck? If your parents don't want to talk about it, I just video called my parents having a bit of a rant, and mum actually told me to hang up and make a YouTube video about this, so thank you, mum. I put a post on Facebook. Ooh, Mr. New face filters today.
Nice job.
Hoping to trigger my Liberal voting family members, and it didn't really work. I just got some nice comments in return. So thank you if anybody who put a comment is watching this. But I don't understand how, Scott Morrison, our Prime Minister, we were in the bushfires. He decides to fuck off to Hawaii. And people will be like, oh, I'd like to see you do a better job. And I can already say, yes, I'm not qualified, but I wouldn't leave for Hawaii when Australia was enduring one of the biggest natural disasters we've ever endured. Like, it's not fucking rocket science, I'll be honest. And I think the funniest thing of all is that Scott Morrison shat his pants in the Engadine Maccas in 19 whatever it was, and you can't tell me anything different. Okay, so if I am to summarize this whole situation, honestly don't give a fuck about the fact that I can't leave my house. I can work from home, I'm doing alright, having a crack. Can't drive my car, but you live and you learn, or just take the long way to the grocery. No, I'm not going to commit a crime. My point is, we wouldn't be in lockdown if Australia had a decent quarantine program that didn't fucking let people out. And also, if the New South Wales Premier actually fucking did her job and locked the state down. I think it's still not even in proper lockdown. I'm really not sure, but she's having a crack. If there's any message that I can give out, is that have a conversation. It is very taboo in Australia, and I'm bugging the shit out of my parents talking about it, and probably the people that I work with as well. But it's important to be vocal, and it's important to let your voice be heard, no matter how fucking annoying you are, because we don't have to put up with this bullshit. We're paying Scott Morrison and Gladys Berejiklian to do a shit job. We don't have to. So vote someone else. Probably not Fraser Anning, because he's literally a Nazi, but probably Labour, if I am to be very biased and give you my opinion. So, have a crack. Don't vote Liberals, please. Thanks for watching. I hope you are, if you're in Victoria right now and in lockdown, hope you have a lovely lockdown. Probably going to go have a little bit of a cry. Okay, that's not true. I'm not physically capable of crying. Goodbye. Obi-Wan Kenobi is kind of funny.